Good morning, guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Lacey and I teach 6th grade English language arts, and I wanted to bring you along with me for early release days because those are something that not every county has. My county does early release days so that way we can have parent conferences after the kids go home. It's so hard to figure out talking to parents during a school day. So this is how my county does it. Today's Thursday, the 2nd of February, and tomorrow is the 3rd. So we have 2 days that are early release, and we will have conferences after school. You can probably hear the music in the background. I have the music ready for the kids to come because in the morning they read and I just have on music. But what I'm going to do now is the PBO, which is our performance-based objective, which is basically just the goal for the lesson. We are going to review narrative, which we haven't done since the first couple months of school. So I have a narrative PBO that I'm going to write and annotate. I am teaching a lesson today, even though it's short day, but it's just a mini lesson. We're focusing on character types, archetypes, and then they will make their own main character. Next week we will write a story with that character, so this is kind of just the prep work, nothing hard or anything, but I am for sure teaching. So that's what I'm going to write now. So this is the PBO. I did change a few of the words, but students will be able to use narrative techniques such as dialogue, description, and characters in order to write narratives. We are focusing specifically on characters, but I did still want to include these things. Obviously, good stories are descriptive and good stories have some sort of dialogue. So the kids are in connections now. Connections are super short today. They're only literally 30 minutes, so the teachers did the math and we can still have class for an hour. Before I get into showing you what we're doing today, we did have a quiz yesterday on Wednesday over the compare-contrast standard that I spoke about in the last video and some argumentative stuff like author's claim. A lot of students performed poorly. We're struggling with going back into the passage to find the answer. So because it's early release, I didn't really want to do remediation and have it be rushed. So on Monday, we're going to have a whole day of fixing those scores. I'm gonna let them get some points back, but they have to work for it. They're gonna have to do a worksheet that says, here's the answer I put, here's the answer that's right, and do a whole explanation. It's gonna take time, but I am going to add 20 points to their grade, so it's definitely worthwhile. So today we are reviewing back to narrative. They did have a narrative standardized writing assignment last week, and I looked at the things we struggled with, and one major thing is character development. So we're gonna learn archetypes, which has to do with character types, and we're gonna write 8 different ones down so they have some options. I'm just going through this quickly. And then basically I'm telling them that next week they are gonna write a story for a grade this time. I do want them to fix the things that they struggled with on the Assesslet because of course, when milestones come, they could be writing a narrative. So they're going to be writing a story next week, so I am letting them make up their own character. They'll apply the information from today, plus come up with their own creative ideas for their character. I have a blank body diagram, and that's how they will do it. That's why it says arms, legs, chest, face, because I have a blank diagram, and they can make the character whatever they want. And then next week, they get to write a story using that character, and we will also create a sidekick next week as well.
Now you can use your influence now. You can use your heart, and you can treat other people how you want them to treat you.
Okay, we'll move on to the next. Okay, so the next archetype is a jester. If you ever watch Shrek, Donkey is like a jester. Just a funny character. It doesn't really do much to help. But it's a character who loves to laugh. They like to mess with others. Just that funny, silly character.
Is that why he played by Eddie Murphy?
Hey guys, so I left work because it is only like 2 o'clock and we have conferences starting at 5. So I'm actually about to get my Zaxby's. I decided to treat myself today and then I will head back to work around 5. So I just wanted to give you a quick update. We do have a few hour break, and then our conferences are from 5 until 7. I'm eating lunch now and just relaxing. It was a short day, but it felt like a long day, just with me teaching and lecturing, and classes had to take notes and stuff. So that's just, of course, more tiring than it is when they do independent work. So I'm just gonna relax. My husband actually is home too. He got off early and surprised me. So we're just gonna hang out. I do have my computer because at some point in these couple hours before I have to go back to work, I do want to figure out what my Saturday school lesson is going to be. But other than that, I'm just gonna relax. So I don't really have much to show you. So I will check in with you guys when I go back to work. So as you can see, I am at home now. It's about 7:30 p.m. and I am done with conferences for today. Once I got to school, it was literally nonstop back-to-back conferences. They all went super well. I love talking with parents. Tomorrow we have another early release day. The kids get out at 1:30 instead of 3:30. And then instead of going home and having a break, the conferences start right after that around 2 o'clock. So tomorrow's another busy day. We actually have a lot more tomorrow. We only had like 7 today. So we have like at least 15 tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to meet the parents. I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow because now I'm just gonna eat dinner. My husband made tacos for us, and I will check in with you in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's now Friday. I'm so excited it's Friday. I do have Saturday school tomorrow, but that's just from 8 to 12, so nothing crazy. So today is just a very chill day. I taught yesterday. We talked about the archetypes, and they started making their own character. But for today, I'm not doing anything new. I'm not teaching. It's going to be finish your book report homework. That's due today. Finish making your character, and if everyone's caught up and they have all that stuff done, then they can work on iReady. Kind of a options day from time to time. I do that. Missing work is an option too. So it's Friday and it's half day, so I figured let's go ahead and just make it a makeup day. I want them to be caught up because several people are missing at least one thing. So I'll try to do my best to help them today. I don't have to teach, so I should be able to get my own work done. I'll sit in the back because they will be on devices, and really just a chill day. I'm super excited for the conferences. Yesterday we had about 6 or 7 and they went super well. So I'm excited to meet the parents, and I'm excited for next week after conferences. Behavior always starts to get a little bit better. So I know next week will be a 360. But I just want to check in with you. The kids are coming literally like now. I'm quite sure I heard someone just say the kids are coming. So I am gonna go monitor the hallway, and I will check in with you guys on planning. So this is what I meant where I give them a list of options. So I have it in order of importance. So the first priority is book report, since that is due today. I do book reports for a week. So I assign them Monday and they turn them in on Fridays. Second priority, like I said, the quiz. If someone wasn't here, they need to take that so I can have all the remediation stuff ready for Monday. Missing work, definitely a priority as well because there's a lot of missing work. And then they can start figuring out the intro to their story. A lot of people were ahead and did the character really fast, so I had them go ahead and start their intro. And then if they are done with all of that, then they can do iReady or vocabulary. My first class, I'm gonna put this back up because as you saw yesterday, the counselors came in and they were in here for like 25 minutes. So they barely got to start their character. So I'm gonna have to put these instructions back up, and that's gonna be their priority as well as the book report because that is still due today. So I will just be at my back desk, which is just right in the back of the room. So I can see devices, those who need to make up their quiz and those who work on iReady. I'm able to see everybody's screen. So this is where I will be stationed for today. Hey guys, so it has been hours and hours since I've talked to you last. In my defense, we actually had to go on lockdown today. I still really don't know why. It must have been something in the area because of course the kids were still able to use the restroom and go get lunch. But it was a real weird day. We were not able to switch classes, so I was with the same class for like 4 hours. I just didn't have anything to film. My class became every subject because they have a science project and they have stuff for every class, obviously. previously, but since we couldn't switch, I just had them work on science, work on math, just do anything they needed to just to use our time productively. And the kids did super well. They did not complain. I did give them candy because they made the best out of a hard situation. But that happened, and then after they were dismissed, the first parent came, and literally for over 2 hours, it was back to back to back parents. So that is how today went. It wasn't a bad day or anything. It just was not a normal day. I just got Moe's for me and my husband. I'm on my way home, and I just wanted to check in with you guys. I got a lot of my work done since literally we sat in the same room for hours and hours. So I'm pretty much all planned for next week. I just made it home, and my husband will be home in a few minutes, so I'm waiting on him to eat. So I wanted to show you my ideas. Some of my students watched, so I didn't want to go in too much detail, but I'll show you a little bit. Right now, our standard is W3, writing narratives, since I said they're writing a story next week. Towards the end of the week, we're going to start the process of comparing and contrasting a story and the video version of it. We won't get to the video next week, but we will read the story. The rest of this is just basic stuff I have to put, like essential question and the goals. But the week is starting by remediation. As I said, a lot of people struggled on the quiz, and I just can't move on without remediating. So they're going to have a really lengthy handout, but again, it is what it is. I want them to earn points back. So what number? What's the correct answer? What did you choose? Why did you choose that? If you're a teacher, you know they need to know why they got the answer wrong. So this handout will be given to like a whole lot of the students because a lot of students did not do well. So that's what Monday's going to look like. And if they did pass, then they'll just work on iReady lessons. I will also give them a homework assignment, a homework packet that has to do with the standards they struggled with as well. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, that is when we will get to the story. So I will do a mini lesson on different kinds of sidekicks, and they will obviously choose one for their story. But after that lesson, they will actually start their story, and Wednesday they will finish their story. That will pretty much take up both of those days. It's a 3-paragraph story, not super long, but it definitely will take some thought. And then Thursday and Friday, I'm not quite done, but we're going to read a story and do a couple comprehension questions. And then there is a mock trial I created to go with this story. So we will put the main character to trial. A lot of story and narrative going on. We did argumentative for like 2 months, so I'm excited to move on. So it's about 7:30 now, and my lesson plan is all turned in. If you're new here, my school requires us to turn in our lesson plans at 6 o'clock on Sunday. But typically, since school is on my mind, Friday when I get home from work, I try to get them done Friday night and turn it in, so that way I can enjoy my weekend without that weighing on me. So that's what I did. I did change up a couple things. At the end of the week, I mentioned we are reading a story, and then we are putting the main character to trial. The main character has some suspicious stuff going on, and so we're doing a mock trial. In the past with my 8th graders, I did it in groups, but for this group of 6th graders, I'm going to do an independent trial project. So I did make it a bigger deal. It's kind of a dark story. It starts off light and airy, and then something crazy happens. So I think the kids will enjoy it, and it is a big grade that will be pretty impossible to fail. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I do apologize for not filming as much. I did not know we were gonna have a lockdown. I didn't know the counselors were coming. So yesterday and today weren't real representations of how my class actually is. But let me know if you want me to keep vlogging. Let me know what else you want to see from me. Please make sure you're commenting, sharing, liking, and definitely subscribing. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.